Hello everyone, welcome to another lesson in computer technology. Now, today we worked on how we can use a mask to create some really cool effects. So I'm hoping that this video will help you in remembering how to do it at home or at school if I'm not around. So feel free to refer back to this video for this project and for future projects, because remember, all of our projects build on each other. So you can always go back and look at this video. In any case, let's get started. As always, we're going to start off by clicking Flash File Action Script 2.0. And here we have our stage, properties, libraries up here at the top, and our timeline. So this project is going to require 2 layers. So we're going to start off with the first layer, and I'm just going to call this layer, by double clicking it, I'm going to call it text, because I'm going to put some text in it. The other thing is, I want to give this a cool effect, I want to make my background completely black. So to set your background up, or to change the color of your background, you can click on the background and look over here in the properties window. Under properties, you'll see a thing that says stage, and right now the color is white. If I click here, it'll give me a color palette, and I can change it to black. And here we have a black stage. The second thing is, I want to write some text. Now, it doesn't have to be text, it could be anything, but I'm just going to write some text. I'm going to go over here to the text tool, or the type tool, and I'm going to click here. Go over here, and I'm going to type in some text. Now, be careful, because just a heads up, if your color is black and your background's black, you obviously won't see the text. So you want to make sure that the color is white or some other color that'll stand out. So I'm going to create a text box here. And let's type some appropriate text. Computer technology is awesome. And we'll highlight this. Let's center it. So I can change the size here, make it a little bit bigger. I'll leave it there. And again, you guys remember letter spacing from a previous assignment. And let's center everything over here. So I did all that in the properties window with my text selected. Let's click off of that. So I'm just going to go to my selection tool and just kind of click off of that. And the next thing I'm going to do is we're going to create a new layer. So right down here, I'm going to click on new layer. And I'm going to right click, well, let's actually hold off on that. I want to show you an example of what's going to happen. Let's go to our toolbar here and click and hold, and we're going to go to the oval tool. I'm going to make sure my stroke is blank or clear. And I'm going to make sure my color, my fill, is white. It doesn't have to be white, but it'll just be easier for you to track what you're doing, as long as it's some kind of color opposite of what the background is. So I have my second layer, and on the second layer, I'm going to draw my circle, just like that. Now, I'm going to do something slightly different than what I've done in the past. In the past, if I wanted to create a symbol, I would have gone to Insert and New Symbol. Today we're going to kind of do it backwards. I'm going to create my picture here. I'm going to go over to the select tool, select the image, or select the circle, right click it, and I'm going to convert it to a symbol. So there's 2 ways now you know how to create a symbol. Let's call this circle mask. So I know that this is the circle mask, and I'm going to say OK. So it automatically converted it to a symbol for me. So it kind of saved me some work. You could do it the other way, where you insert a symbol and create the circle within the symbol. You can do either way, it's fine. In this case, it's a simple project. I just made it right on the stage. In any case, the next thing I'm going to do is I want to tween this from the left side to the right side. So let's position it here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a keyframe at frame 40, so it'll last a little over a second. And from here, I'm going to insert a frame for the text layer. The reason I'm inserting a frame for the text layer and not a keyframe is the text isn't going to move. However, the mask is going to move. The mask is going to go from left to right. So from here, I'm going to go back to my mask layer here, and I'm going to drag it across at frame 40 to the left side. I'm holding shift to keep it on a straight line. So now if I play my movie, it starts on the left, and at frame 40 it pops on the right. Now we want to tween it across so it goes across smoothly. So I'm going to go over here, right click, create a classic tween. Remember, you can create this classic tween anywhere from frame 1 through 39. At frame 40 it's not going to work. So as long as you right click anywhere in this area here, you're okay. Now the ball goes across smoothly. The final step that I'm going to do is I'm going to create a mask. That's going to make everything disappear except for what's right behind this circle. So all I need to do is go here to the layer 2, right click it, and click on mask. I can name this mask. We didn't do that earlier. Name it mask so I know what it is. And already you can see, I can see computer, or the first part of computer. If I play my movie, it slowly demonstrates or shows what's behind the mask. Now you can do a lot of cool things from here. If I wanted to, I can add another frame here for the text layer. So I'm going to push F5 for the shortcut. And another keyframe for the mask. So for me to be able to see it right now, I'm going to go over here to frame 41, insert a keyframe. And I'm going to take this mask and put it right here in the middle. By the way, in order for me to, I can't change it because the layer is locked. So I'm going to unlock it and move it over here. When you unlock it, you see everything again. So when you're ready to rock and roll with it, you can unlock it and lock it again. So back to this. I moved it right to the center. So what's going to happen is the mask is going to start on the left, go to the right, stop at the right, and then all of a sudden it's going to pop in the center. And what I can do now is insert another keyframe at frame 80, F6. And I can transform this by going over here to my transform tool. And I can make the circle bigger. Like that. And you're going to see what kind of effect it's going to give it. Before we do that, we're going to tween it again. So right click here, create classic tween. And here's what's going to happen. The mask starts on the left, it goes to the right, pops to the middle, and then expands outward. Here's the effect you're going to get. Start at the beginning, play it, goes to the right, and then voila. So it's a cool effect. There's a lot of things you can do with that mask. That's just one example. You can actually later on when we work with ActionScript, you can make some cool games where they have to find an object on the screen and the mouse is like the flashlight. So that mouse becomes the mask. So that's coming up in the future. Hope you had fun with this and good luck with your project.